Good morning, dear students. Today we are going to discuss the question answers of the chapter Fire, Friend, and Foe. All of you look at the first question. The first question is mark the correct answer in each of the following. So here, early man was frightened of. Options are lightning and volcanoes, the damage caused by them, fire. So here the correct option would be fire. Okay, so fire is the correct option. Early man was frightened of fire. The next one is fire is energy, fire is heat and light, fire is the result of a chemical reaction. So here you have to choose the correct answer. The correct one is fire is the result of a chemical reaction. So now moving on to the next question. The next question is from the boxes given below, choose the one with the correct order of the following sentences. So here, that is fire. A chemical reaction takes place. Energy in the form of heat and light is released. Oxygen combines with carbon and hydrogen. So here you will have to just arrange in an order way. Okay, the first one is oxygen combines with carbon and hydrogen. This would be the first one, and the second would be a chemical reaction takes place. Okay, and the third one would be energy in the form of heat and light is released, and the last one is that is fire. Okay, so you all of you listen carefully. Now moving on to the next questions. The next questions, the first question is, what do you understand by the flash point of a fuel? So here we talk about fire, and now let us know in detail what is the flash point of a fuel. So every fuel has a specific temperature at which it starts to burn. So this specific temperature, it is called the flash point or kindling temperature of the fuel. Now let's see the next question. The next question is, what are some common uses of fire? So you can easily find out from the text, but still I'll tell you some common uses of fire are: it is used to produce electricity, and it is also used for cooking, and it is also used to heat our home in winters. So now moving on to the next question, in what sense is it a bad master? We know that fire is very useful for us, but it also proves as a bad master. How? Fire is a bad master because if it is not under control, it can create havoc, huge destruction, okay, to lives, properties, forest, etc. Now moving on to the next question. Then in the next question again, you'll have to match the items which are given in column A and column B. So the first one is fuel. So fuel, it is matching with smoldering paper. Okay, fuel, it is matching with smoldering paper, then cooking gas and coal and wood. And oxygen, it is matching with air, and the heat, it is matching with lighted matchstick and burning coal. Now moving on to the next question. The next question is, what are the three main ways in which a fire can be controlled or put out? So we have discussed about three main ways of putting out fire. Okay, these three main ways are first one is stop the supply of the fuel, and the second one is cool down the heat, and the third one is stop the supply of oxygen. The first one is stop the supply of fuel, and the second one is cool down the heat, and the third one is stop the supply of oxygen. Now once again, let us see the next question. In the next question again, here you will have to match the items which are given in box A and box B. So the first one is to burn paper or a piece of wood. So which one would be the correct option? Here the correct option would be we heat it before it catches fire. Okay, So then the second one is small fires can be put out with a damp blanket. And the third one is when water is spread on fire, it absorbs heat from the burning material and lowers the temperature. Okay, and lowers the temperature. Okay, the next one is a carbon dioxide extinguisher is the best thing to put out an electrical fire. And the fifth one is space left between buildings reduces the risk of fire. Then now moving on to the next question. The next question is why does a burning candle go out when you blow on it? A burning candle goes out when you blow on it because when we blow air, we remove the hot air around the flame, bringing down its temperature below the flash point. Now moving on to the next question. The next question is spraying water is not a good way of putting out an oil fire or an electrical fire. Why not? In fact, spraying water is not a good way of putting out an oil fire or an electrical fire because if water is sprayed on an oil fire, oil will come on the top layer of water and will still burn. As water flows quickly, it can take oil with it and thus increase the area where the fire can spread. And if water is sprayed on an electric fire, the person might get an electric shock and get killed. Now, moving on to the last question. The last question is what are some of the things that you should do to prevent a fire at home and in the school? In order to prevent a fire at home and in the school, the following things can be done. The first one is an electrical appliances must be kept far from flammable things like furniture, etc. And you can turn off the gas supply of the stove after use. If you can add some more points, you can add here. Okay. So here these are the question answers of this chapter, and you must complete this working with language. You do it on your own. Okay, so you complete the question number 1 and 2 and 3 4 and of this working with language. Okay, so you complete it in your notebook. That's all for today. Okay.